I think I get it. I get the business. You know, I don't even blame Gervonta Davis really. He's making 20 or 30 million. Like, but let's not call it boxing.
Jake Paul is now ranked the number 14 cruiserweight in the world by the WBA, and he's called out Anthony Joshua. I never thought I would say that. And on the one hand, I shouldn't be. Jake Paul should not be in the top 15 cruiserweights in the world. Yeah, no shit. But to be fair to him, there's a few who shouldn't be in that fucking list. I don't begrudge him or anyone else for that matter any success. You know, if you fluke it, however it comes your way, I don't begrudge it. Unless you're competing against Newcastle, my football team. But this is boxing's credibility we're talking about, yeah. And what is left of it, it just makes the whole fucking sport look ridiculous. And if that's the Jake Paul's benefit, fair play to him. I'm not hating on the kid. But as boxing fans, it's a...
And so I like the challenge. People, that's the criticism. Fight someone in their prime who's a beast. I think people just want to see me lose. That's really what the message is behind it all. And Anthony Joshua is an insane fight, but I want that challenge. We've been DMing back and forth. He wants to make it happen. He called me up, and it's looking very likely for next year.
Disgrace. And this has happened loads of times before, don't get me wrong. This is not the first time this has happened, right? Fighters get unfairly ranked all the fucking time, depending on favoritism, money that can be made out of their name. This is just the first time where it's been so blatant that someone is just ranked significantly higher than where they really are. Like, really blatant. And it just exposes how corrupt this is, right? Because we all know, WBA, as I'm talking about them right now, they're going to get a lot of press. You know, the idea that Jake Paul may compete for their belt, it gets them more attention. And if he does one day compete for their belt, which I'm sure they'd fucking want to, they get a nice percentage.
The Punch Podcast, Eduardo, Theodore Hernandez. It's always great to see you.
You've been watching too many of those YouTube interviews, you have.
No, not at all, mate. I'm not trying to fire up. You know what I mean? You never bite back.
No, never. How are you?
Mate, I'm good. It's great to see you back in Australia too, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, it was important to get back. I mean, really want to do 6 shows a year here. Obviously did Opatara against Naika, went really well. Kambosos Wiley. And I promised that we'd be back to support Jake after that great performance against Kambosos, and he's in a really good fight against Dib. I think could be a domestic fight of the year.
Of all the revenue that he would bring in for an event like that. But these are the people who are supposed to set the fucking standard. Yes, promoters are supposed to be all about the money. Yes, fighters are supposed to be all about the money. But these are the standard bearers. And they say, nah, fuck all that shit. We want the money. How can he be top 15 in the world? Like, how can that be? I'd love for someone at the WBA to explain this. Let's forget about the MMA fighters he's fought, because that's irrelevant in this conversation. They haven't got fucking boxing records. He fought Ryan Bowerland, had 1 fight in 6 years when he fought Jake Paul. Andre August, he knocked him out quickly. He had 1 fight in 4 years when he fought Jake Paul. Chavez Jr., also 1 fight in 4 years when he fought Jake Paul, and wasn't even a fucking cruiserweight before that anyway. I think he's a name that's worth having on your record. I've got no problem with him fighting him, really. But Anderson Silva beat him a few years back, and I don't remember him going into the top 15 in the world. And let's not forget about Mike Tyson, who had 1 fight in fucking 19 years before fighting Jake Paul. They are the guys he's beaten. How does that justify a top 15 world ranking? I mean, Tommy Fury beat him. He's basically a fucking part-time boxer, by the way. Where's Tommy Fury ranked? Does that mean he's in the top 10 in the world, does it? He can't even compete for a fucking British title. This is not a knock on Jake Paul.
An accident on a bike, and he smashed his face up, and he come up to me at the presser, and he was like, please give me an opportunity to fight. I thought, you might not even fight again, stay your face, you know. And he's come back, and I watched the fight with Liam Wilson, which outside of the knockdowns in the first round, I thought he, you know, could have won the fight. And it was a brilliant fight. And I just know that Jake Wiley always comes to fight. And I think this is going to be a war between these two guys. And, you know, I think sometimes when you get two guys that don't have a lot to lose, but have everything to gain, you just get great fights. You know, both these guys, I promised them, I said, the winner of this fight will be involved in a big